In every culture, everywhere in the world, there are ghost stories. Not necessarily spirits or other paranormal entities, but strange unexplained events or places that everyone finds a little creepy. Perhaps you've heard a few yourself. Maybe the slit-mouthed woman in Japan, or the hook-handed man from the United States. Not all stories are scary, however. Sometimes the supernatural comes to our aid. Are these stories true? Perhaps. But what is true is that you are welcome to Waterfront Wednesday. I'm your host, William Lahowie, and today I bring you once again to the shores of Lake Huron in Kincardine, Ontario, to tell you one particular ghost story, the tale of the Phantom Piper. But first, Kincardine was established in 1848, then a British settlement known as Penetangor. And for a time, there were multiple main immigration routes to get there. The one most relevant to our story, though, is through Goderich, up the lake. In fact, Patty Walker, the original owner of our very own Walker House Museum, came to Kincardine via that very same route, though he did not take a boat as was typical, instead riding out across the frozen lake. Many evicted families did make the very same journey as the Sinclairs, though they probably weren't rescued by mysterious pipers. They likely either had uneventful voyages or simply did not survive. Regardless, Kincardine still has a sizable Scottish population, and it honors the tale of the Phantom Piper.
The story of the Phantom Piper is the story of a man named Donald Sinclair, a Scottish immigrant from the Isle of Skye. Donald and his family left Scotland during a series of events known as the Highland Clearances. One evening, the family's boat left the harbour at Goderich, bound for the mouth of the Penetangor River. The winds blew powerfully, and the waves crashed into the hull, forcing the little boat off course. The sun was setting, and even rougher waters blew in. Donald knew the end was near, and like a true musician, played his bagpipes as the last light of dusk faded away. To his shock, he then heard a second set of bagpipes off in the distance, and his family immediately turned the ship towards the sound and followed it to the mouth of the Penetangor River. They had made it, but the mysterious bagpiper was nowhere to be seen. Indeed, Donald never found out who saved him, but every night he would stand near the mouth of the river and play his pipes as the sun set. And legend has it, over 100 years later, you can still hear the sound of bagpipes floating out across the lake.
This story is unfortunately just that, a story. There was no man named Donald Sinclair, but there were many families just like his. The Scottish Highland Clearances were real events that happened. They were a series of evictions that happened to Scottish tenants on the Scottish Highlands in both the 1700s and the 1800s. This was simultaneously an initiative to turn their more traditional communal farms into pastoral farms for sheep, and it was also an effort to destroy their traditional clan system, which had led to multiple rebellions in the past against the British government. In the summer, the Kincardine Scottish Pipe Band sends a member or a guest piper up to the balcony of the lighthouse, while locals and tourists alike gather on this bridge to listen to the pipes as the sun goes down. Now, what can we learn from all of this? The answer to that is simple. Don't believe every story you hear, no matter how intelligent, knowledgeable, and good at narration your extremely attractive host may seem. In the meantime, though, stay the course and have a lovely day.